Delta Force commander, like, hey, we're going to talk about this, not to just, we're going to honor everybody, but it needs to come up and out. So yeah, same thing.
100% agree. On the breaching thing, in our last interview, you made a comment that there's no better job than being the breacher. And I would love to unpack that a little bit with you. In your opinion, well, first off, can you explain to the audience who might not have any idea what that means, what your job as a breacher is, and then why is that the absolute best job you can have?
So when you come up to a target, I mean, just think about it as breaking into a house. Um, Only you trained to do it for years and years and years professionally with a bunch of, you know, a dozen other trained guys. So um, if they happen to leave the doors unlocked or open, which is rare, but sometimes they do, then you're in. But if not, you got to get in, and you got to get in quick. So we do it explosively often. And, we just, the breachers meet up every other night or so, and we build our bombs, just little, um, won't go too much, but just small, lightweight, uh, uh, charges that, we build and that are quick, and you slap it on a door, you put a little device on it with the hair clip to set it off. And then, you can do it instant, or you can do it with a few second delay, but there's just nothing for me, especially, in my state of mind where I'm just like, I don't, let's do this. Let's get the pain over with. Somebody please shoot me. I'm through that, by the way. Like, my life is so wonderful now. I have twin boys who were born 10 years to the day after the ambush in Afghanistan where I exposed myself. So I got through it. There's hope. Um, but yeah, breaching is just, you're kind of in the, so there's a team leader, and then a two, and then there's me, the breacher, and then a guy or two more. So just like dead center. I like to be in the middle of stuff. Um, and you get to blow the door in, and you have, aerial photography of your target, where you're going. You learn the area, pretty much what to expect. So you've got a couple different options if it's, wood, metal door, push, pull, whatever. And you make your choice, you put your charge up, you stay, you know, and there's a big explosion, and you rush in, and it's awesome. I love it. Yeah, that was the best part of it.
I have to ask because I'm so curious. How does that affect your brain when you're that close to a concussive blast? I mean, I don't know how many times you're doing it. I assume quite often. Does that does that level of kind of bang, 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 does that do anything to your brain?
Yeah, I used to be really smart. I have a really great doctor now at the VA, and my last one just left. He was good. Dr. Capehart was awesome, but Dr. Ashuri now, he's so awesome because he's like, man, the more we research, the more we don't know. I have traumatic brain injury. I have migraine headaches that were like 3 a week. Now it's like once a month. I finally got the right medication. But yeah, it definitely mushifies the brain. One time, I, after a few rotations and training, and so training, basically the shock, it doesn't blow you like this in the movies. It, but you do feel it. It bounces off walls. So in training, it's designed to where the concussive force goes up and out, it dissipates. But over there, everything's concrete. So it's like, boom, it just radiates. Our chest plates, our ceramic plates, attenuate that. It deflects the damage, because your lungs are the first thing to go in an explosion. That's how, you know, how people get really hurt is lungs, collapsed lungs. So we've got ceramic plates on, so our lungs are fine. So they're not getting blown up, but you're getting your bell rung every time. Where a couple times I'm like, charge goes off, and Eric, my teammate taps me, you going? What's wrong? Like, and because I was knocked out, I'm just sitting there like, oh, and then I go. That happened a few times. So, um, yeah, they called me once because I'd had an MRI and like, we're bringing a guy from DC and you have MS. We're sure of it. You got all these white spots on your brain. Okay, I got MS. Go to the Mayo Clinic. Nope, you're fine. There's just nothing. So they don't know.
It's really an unknown science. Like you said, the guy said, the more we study, the more we realize we don't know. I think logically speaking, your brain is not meant to be banged around a whole lot. I've been hospitalized for several head injuries
Mm.
over the years. So I mean, I don't know anything compared to TBI or anything like that, but I know when I had some head injuries, it takes days to get back to where you even feel your equilibrium is normal. And mine were from playing sports. I can't imagine what it would be like because a concussive blast wave came, flying by. And then on top of it, you got the gunfire, which is just, mini blast. Um, I just had to ask because I find that all that fascinating. I kind of want to transition now to when you're facing the enemy you're facing. We talked a little bit about Sarkawi. In the interview previously, we also talked about terrorism. I hear a lot of people say that, when we're fighting a uniformed army, maybe the early days against Saddam, it's just professional business. It's just they're professional soldiers. We're professional soldiers. They don't want to be there. They know they're about to get their ass kicked. There's no way around it. But now you're fighting hardcore jihadis. They'll cut heads off. They'll rape people. They will do the most horrific things a human can do to another human. When you're fighting those guys, and when I pull this trigger and I put a round through that guy's head, the world is about to become an immediate better place. What type of feeling does that build up in you?
You mean after it happens?
Yeah.
Man, it's I had no idea what to expect. It's awesome. I oh yeah, here I am, the Christology podcast, and going to seminary. Well, read your Old Testament. There's war has been around the whole, all the time. Cormac McCarthy, the author, calls it the ultimate trade awaiting the ultimate practitioner. So that's where it gets real. I mean, and when you get to do that, and it took me a long time to for that to happen, for me to get my first kill in the Rangers. No, I didn't. In Panama, I did not get any kills. I didn't shoot until, just like the movies, until I got shot at and I was told to shoot back, and I did. And then we talked about it last time. I made the decision to, okay, no more of this. I'm just gonna, um, you know, do the deal. But it's incredible. Like you said, when it's one of these shitheads, you know, and we take every measure. I mean, it is the most careful thing. But, you know, there was a dude who pulled his wife up. I call this my best sniper shot. It was like 2 meters. It was right there, but it was moving. I'm moving. I'm reaching backwards, in a room. He pulls his wife up like this, and I put it about, and his brain landed in his wife's lap. And my teammate, like slow motion, he's looking at me like, how did that happen? I'm like, I don't know. It was like when you blow an egg out with a pinhole. Um, and we knew that was the dude we were looking for, right? So it's like, yep, that's him.